Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports.
In today's game, we have a matchup of two Pro Bowl running backs. It's DeMarco Murray versus Le'Veon Bell.
So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Robert Golden, the one who got him down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. That was second down run for Murray. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end and yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, Murray, he pretty much was the offense for the Titans in that win over Denver. 21 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Offense was hard to be found in that game.
Hard to be found, but that's the type of game that DeMarco Murray really shines because he finds ways to affect the game.
Nobody in front. Rashard Matthews. Touchdown, Titans. Rashard Matthews, 48 yards. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL. And now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it.
9 yards to go. It's third down. On third down, Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. In the Buffalo snow, it was a little tough for Antonio Brown to get going. 5 catches, 78 yards. For most guys, that's, hey, pretty good game. You just expect more from Brown, but, hey, Bell had it going on the ground.
They didn't need to use him to the extent that they normally do because of what you said. Le'Veon Bell, 236 yards rushing. But when they did throw it to him, it was over 15 yards a catch. Antonio Brown, when he catches the football, he gains yardage. Brandon, when it comes to quarterback sneaks, Big Ben may be the toughest to bring down in terms of pure strength.
So the offense has it first and 10.
Here we go.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. He leaps over him. Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 64 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. To return, this is Mark Mariani. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On first down, Murray. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
He's going to rifle one deep. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. 48 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's Fowler, the fullback. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. That's caught at the 2. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Time running out here on the play clock. Mariota on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man. That's right for the Tennessee touchdown. Kendall Wright from a yard out. And the Titans have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. This will be fielded at the 6. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Again, it's Murray. And some room to work. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, it's 2 guys coming through that gap.
And I think the ball's out. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back. But it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. 3rd and short yardage. Mariota. And he hits his man, Matthews. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
I heard so much about the offense Marcus Mariota ran while he was at Oregon, about how people were just wide open, how he couldn't fail to hit them. But I always said the same thing. He sure as heck didn't miss them very often. Very accurate even on short throws.
Yeah, he can go short, he can go deep, obviously, but he's really good with that short passing game.
Dart thrower, very accurate. Receivers love him.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
2nd down. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Third and long here for Mariota. He finds Matthews. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Suckup. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Roethlisberger, he's got time. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different driving on those paved roads and those country roads.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Brown, the lone receiver, left. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Al Woods able to drop him for a loss of 4. The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's third down. Now Ben on 3rd and long. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. And even 40 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And it's third down. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to go for a big play. And this is caught inside the 5. The gain of 39 that time.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Oh, yeah, good sir.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger taking it in. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. Antonio Andrews now to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Tajay Sharp, the intended target. Now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball, they think they're going to win those too.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Mariota on 1st down. And right with it here over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in,
and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ryan Shazier in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Mariota now on 2nd down. Wright's got him, and he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, started to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
Here's Mariota, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Kendall Wright, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to beat.
And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And they'll set up shop right near midfield.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Rivers' Chargers going up against Rivers' Chargers. With that, let's get you out to San Diego. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the San Diego Chargers and themselves. First down, Rivers. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Boy, first glance of that Melvin Gordon injury last week, we thought it could be a season ender. Fortunately, looks like it's not as bad as originally feared.
It appears that it has shades of the injury A.J. Green had with the Cincinnati Bengals, where he got hurt and people thought he was gone for the year. But now it appears he has a very good chance of making it back before the season is over. Melvin Gordon, I'm understanding, has that same opportunity. I hope so. Just 3 yards short of 1,000, that would be almost cruel.
They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And, Charles, here's the offensive lineup.
Melvin Gordon, the exciting young runner out of Wisconsin. Well over 2,000 yards his last year with the Badgers. This is a guy who can catch it and run it.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Do you get the sense, Brandon, that people are trying to retire Antonio Gates? They keep thinking this is almost the end of the line, and then he keeps making catches like the one we just saw there.
He's the old reliable, you're right, just one of 9 players in the NFL with 100 or more touchdowns. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Rivers now on second down.
Well, the person carrying the ball is always the easy target when things aren't going so well. But I think it's a combination with the Chargers. They've got to get the offensive line going in order to improve those numbers from last year. They weren't very good running it, partner.
No, they were bottom of the AFC, second to last in the entire NFL. Here's the first carry now for the tailback, Ronnie Hillman. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Time quickly to look at the Chargers defense.
Denzel Perryman, a linebacker out of the University of Miami, knows how to play downhill and arrive with an oomph.
Here's Rivers, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, trying to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
It's hauled in here by Edmond. It's a gain of 17 that time, and it'll give the Chargers a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Second down, Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And the San Diego Chargers get set to go again on offense. You talk about some of the guys that they've got out at receiver. Maybe not household names, Dontrell Inman, Tyrell Williams. But they've turned into reliable targets for Phillip Rivers, haven't they?
And I think that's what you find when you have good quarterback play, that they can help those receivers get better. Of course, the receivers have to put in the work themselves. Let's not fool ourselves. But those guys know how to scheme them open, throw to the right spot so they go get it. All of those things that increase their productivity.
And Williams over 900 yards, Inman, 647 this season.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Rivers finds his target. It's Gates. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, and they've got it here with a first down. One man in the backfield is Gordon. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Gates has it over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his pitch catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now San Diego getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
A free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And now San Diego getting set to go. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday. 5th grade, Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Corey Legion in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Rivers now on 2nd down. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. That's caught at the 3. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Second and goal. Defense digging in. And he's in across the chalk. Touchdown, San Diego. Melvin Gordon punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And this one through the uprights and good. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
He's going to look deep down the field, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On play action, Rivers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Antonio Gates, the veteran tight end, was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to
get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Marner, to switch gears, what a capper we had to Week 14. Cowboys losing again to the Giants. And Romeo Okwara, he came up big in that game, didn't he?
He certainly did because he replaced Jason Pierre-Paul and led the team in tackles with 8. Consistent pressure all night, had a sack. He played a great game. How about the Jets going out on the road at San Francisco, coming from way back to win? Bilal Powell, 145 yards on the ground, filling in for Matt Forte. And Matt Moore for the Miami Dolphins. The numbers aren't the key. The key is he has to carry them in their playoff push with the injury to Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, 3 big breakout players last week. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Now Rivers. And that will be incomplete as well.
So the defense forces a 3 and out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on 1st down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went 3rd and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And now San Diego getting set to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnover. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing, Rivers. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Joey Bosa able to drop him for a loss of 4. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Rivers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. In motion is the tight end Gates. Final play of the half, Rivers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop. A well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Inman has it over the middle, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
The defense helps the offense out there. Now 5 yards to go on first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw, Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now Gordon on first down. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Let's go.
So now it's 1st and goal. Going with a big fullback wide. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. It's the fullback. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Lambo to add on the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Set 390.
On second down, Rivers again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Rivers now on second down. It's hauled in here by Edmond. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Melvin Ingram. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 2nd down, Rivers. Caught left side, Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Hey!
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Set 380. 85.
A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Rivers now to throw on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Jeremy Butler, 43 yards. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
To throw is Rivers. Gates has it over the middle. It's a gain of 24 that time. And the Chargers are going to have a first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go play action here on first down. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Antonio Gates from 4 yards out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And after a nice gain, they don't need the penalty. They'll decline it, take the ball where the play resulted. A first down throw here for Rivers. It's hauled in here by Edmond. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now movement up front. I think this will be on San Diego. So 2nd and 10 here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Rivers now on 2nd down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Rivers on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Hurry up!
Play clock winding down. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Right. Ready. 380. Watching that, Barney. Barney. Over the skinny. Detroit. Detroit. Ready.
Second down, Rivers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Well, now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. After the sack, 3rd and goal now from the 12.
Set. 380. Detroit. Hey.
Here's Rivers. This will be caught just inside the 10. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I might want to just go ahead and go for something big.
Oh, come on, you got to kick it.
I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point.
Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this one's not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Melvin Ingram. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard.
cut play.